Doki be able to be as dominant as he was, or is it going to be a bit more quiet? And what would that mean for NaVi?
Now, I know you're a man who appreciates numbers, Hap, just like I do, especially if we can paint a picture with them. And there's one that I just want to highlight on the way in here because it's really giving everybody at home something to watch out for particularly, and that is the entry battles. So NaVi, so far, it doesn't matter whether they are on attack or defense. If they get that opening kill, they go on to win the round over 80% of the time. Specifically, 83% on attack, 86% on defense. So Team Secret are going to be on a massive back foot. They'd be lucky to come out. If NaVi got all 6 opening kills, for example, in one of the halves, Team Secret would be lucky to come away with 1 round there. It's really going to be an uphill battle if they can't get in. And just to make it that bit more difficult, Doki so far is 7-1 on entry, Hap.
He's doing really well indeed, and that is the percentage you just mentioned is a bit higher than the normal average, which I believe is somewhere in between 70 and 80% of the rounds where you get the opening kill, which then doesn't get refragged within 20, 30 seconds, normally goes to the team that managed to get the opening kill. So NaVi able to put those to use more often than other teams. Because we know, for example, Rogue sometimes had issues with that, especially during the first 2 play days. But that does mean that Secret will have to be careful here, Ace. They need to make sure that they are not going to be giving away those first frags. They need to be passive or evenly over-aggressive, depending on what way they would like to go for. Do they want to be the ones to be hunting those first kills, or are they going to be letting NaVi take the initiative on hitting the site first?
Team Secret looking to keep me guessing there. I'd already written down bar and cocktail in my notes, and they switch it up. They're going to be heading to fireplace and mining instead. So an interesting site choice to start us off at. Not only is it not top or bottom floor, which we would normally expect to see, kitchen or bar and cocktail, but it's not even the more popular, generally speaking, of the 2 mid floors. Usually reading tends to edge it over mining and fireplace. So an interesting start from Team Secret. Do you think they're just trying to maybe catch NaVi on the back foot here?
Could be, right? It is something we do normally see, and we don't have the changes yet of where you could change the operator lineup, which was of course teased during the panel that we saw late February. So, you can still get away with these kind of plays. You can still go for a alternate site. You can still be like, all right, let's just try and get this one out of the way. Normally, it's a tertiary bomb site. It requires a little bit of a different approach of the attackers. And if we manage to catch them off guard, we might be able to ride on that momentum. And even if you lose it, it's not even that bad because you still have like 5 rounds to go and you have 2 other sites to go to.
Saves then just approaching that far side of the building there, looking to no doubt get up and access into cocktail to just try and get some vertical control, although he's moved straight onto reading door, so it could be a little bit of a route 1, but he does get picked up by Hive on the heartbeat scanner, and he just catches him scampering away there as Saves gets himself into his drone just to spot everybody out. He's no doubt going to see Hive there. He will make a good guess that that is the pulse and that they are aware of his position at this point. So he does shift up as expected to those cocktail windows, try and get himself an ingress into the building, and he's also got a man just pinned in there. Now if Doki can push forward here, this could be a fantastic early pinch, and it actually looks like Team Secret have already dropped out of that location and pushed themselves back down the hatch and into the service room. So they are not wanting to take that fight on the top floor, and NaVi in very quick early control.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe the prep to window, maybe they're ready to go for a jump out and secure the entry with that. However, Saves moved out just in time, and due to the drones there not having to use any utility on the likes of NaVi to take out that shield that was standing right above that hatch. Now, we do see the train hatch being opened up, and we see 2 players right below it. Secretly is getting some spots to work with, and Doki actually sneaking in right here, hoping to be getting that entry frag. They know how important it is, and they will be getting into the A site without any punishment whatsoever. Know that the majority of players actually went to the bottom floor. They have shotguns, they have C4s available to use for the eventual execute. And there's 1 minute left, and NaVi, they need a pick somewhere.
I'm not sure how much more of this map Doki can explore without coming across an enemy. He's gone all the way across top floor, he's gone through mid floor, he's been in both sites and still does not come across a Team Secret player. So this is a really interesting defensive hold from them. Sleben's going to step out and find one onto Secretly, but traded immediately by Doki. So that now leaves Team Secret all out at sea as far as this site is concerned. They are going to have to come back up the stairs. They've got nitros in hand, so there is the potential for a vertical denial, but right now there is an opportunity for NaVi to get this diffuser down on the ground, and that is exactly what they're doing. NaVi need to keep the vertical pressure on. Out comes the nitro, but it's a few seconds too late. The diffuser is activated by Blur. This is down to Saves and Nath now. They can take one staircase each, but it still leaves one free. This is all going to be a guessing game for Team Secret as Draven guesses wrong and gets shut down. One comes the half stairs as well. Bad guess Prano, but right now Hive manages to wriggle his way back up onto the mid floor, finds one. It all comes down to Nath. He's got about 13 seconds left to survive and to keep them off this diffuser. Gompy looks to push the angle, but Nath, he's there, he's alive, he's alert, and he shuts him down. 1 versus 1. It is all for Hive to do on the pulse. He dives on the diffuser. It's all he has got the option to do, but he comes off, gets the kill. Don't get overexcited, Hap. It's too late. The clock is going to win this one for NaVi. It was a nice kill, but by coming off that diffuser, he throws away the round, but he knows that he didn't have a choice.
Oh, very well played there, I have to say. First of all, from Secret, I really like what they were doing, right? It's something new. I don't think we've seen what they did before. They basically had no one on site. Everybody was playing down below. They were trying to use explosives, and you saw the aggression with which the Pulse was roaming around, just running around the map, trying to find out where they're coming from, giving away all the information. You see how important it is, and I can also guarantee you now, Ace, from now on, if ever again Cafe gets played against Secret, that Pulse is going to be banned. Even though they lost the round, that was just purely due to Doki, I believe, dropping down the hatch. Yes, he died there, but he bought just enough time for the diffuser to go down. So very well played from Secret, but just, well, NaVi just got the better of them.
We love to see innovation, Hap. We love to see teams coming in and trying something different, and going for an almost completely vertical hold on that mid-floor site was certainly interesting. And the thing is, you're round one. Why not give it a go? And if it doesn't work, then you know what? You can fall back to the tried and tested. We don't know how these things are always going to play out in a fully competitive setting without trying them. But the problem here being, and I mean, Cafe is probably not a terrible map for it. There are at least 3 options to come back upstairs. So effectively, so long as you've got fewer than 3 attackers alive, you're always going to have a clear staircase to move back up, or that in theory should be correct. But it was so close. We see the nitro here. It was literally half a second too late and the diffuser was already activated. Blur losing his life, but more than happy to do so to get that briefcase on the ground. But good effort from Team Secret, good effort, but NaVi just that little bit sharper.
You basically say by Doki throwing away his life, jumping down into the freezer, he saved that round because he secured just enough time for the diffuser to go down, eventually, which led into the round win. But of course, we are into the next round now, is secretly opening up these hatches here for NaVi to play with. They have that first round under their belts. They need to take 1, maybe 2 more to find themselves in a very good spot. And well, Secret now not playing with that Pulse, not playing from below. A more horizontal kind of play is what we're seeing. A more horizontal kind of setup is what we'll see. And quickly, Evil Eyes are being taken out. And well, it's a C4 being pre-placed there, I believe. And the second Evil Eye will tell him exactly when to press that detonate button.
Hive has taken that Vector downstairs and he's just going to hold the Pillows area with Goyo and just see... He doesn't need the Vector. He had the pre-placed Nitro, and he's going to shut Doki down with it. That was a great play from Hive there. Almost baiting the Ash into that challenge by giving him a view of himself across pillars there and just allowing him to think there was an opportunity to make a challenge and just take his ear, particularly away from the ground underneath him. But the window's now starting to be challenged by NaVi. They're going to have to fight back and try to level that man count.
He just tossed in 2 grenades, Endergon 6, and literally every single single one of the projectiles was caught by the ADS, and that means the shield in Pixel will persevere. And with 1 minute and 10 seconds left on that clock, that is going to be quite problematic, I would say, as right now piano control is nowhere in the picture. And of course, those ADSs now recharge over time, which makes it that basically there's no way that you're going to be able to challenge that anymore, as there's no utility left to try and take care of it. So Blur now deciding to open up on the B bomb site. They're going to be making their attack a little bit more shallow, but the X-Kairos are being shot off from, I believe that is going to be inside of the freezer. Slabin is going to be trying to cover off his teammate. Nave will be able to pick up the first kill, second kill as well from the new balcony here, able to secure the round potentially here for NaVi. As another one comes in, Saves picking up one, going for the second now, coming around the corner. Will be winning that round for NaVi. A very good execute, even though they messed up on the Pixel shield. After that, just relied onto their gun skill and were able to pick up the round as a result.
Great start for NaVi as they come in now 2-0 up and doing very well on the attack. It might leave Team Secret just questioning that choice to start off on the defense here. It can be a hit and miss map for defense, but I'm sure there's rounds for them to find. They are going to once again change site. Not happy to go back anywhere that they've lost by the looks of things. Hap, as soon as they lose a site, they are moving straight on, and this time they're going to be heading to Reading and Fireplace.
Yeah, Reading Fireplace will be the site, and again, we do see the Pulse coming out. Now, keep in mind, it is Reading, not in the engine room that we have seen before. This is a little bit less destructible from below, so the C4s will not be really coming out as supreme as they might have planned on the previous time they were around here. Of course, for the dining room, still very fireplace room, I have to say, still very effective if you manage to knock them down. And then you're looking at the setup and you do still see 3 C4s on the likes of Secret. And now you're wondering, how are those going to be played out? Is this going to be Secret playing on that first floor, counting on the fact that NaVi is going to be for a top-down clear, a top-down approach, which will be giving you the opportunity of using those C4s to pick up 1, 2, maybe even 3 kills if you're lucky.
Round 3 gets underway then as we move into the action phase, and we just have a little bit of footage of those Saves kills up on the top floor to close out the last round. And what a great flex player Saves has been so far, just coming in and really doing you know, a lot of work in the areas that his team needs. Second entry a lot of the time on the Zofia, just coming in and picking up important kills, and so often alive at the end of rounds, particularly doing great work in the late game for NaVi. So Doki just looking to get himself straight into that top floor by the looks of things, just wanting to aggress on. He's not going to be happy at missing out on those first 2 entry kills, and I'm sure he's going to be wanting to go in and propel his team to a better start this time around. And secretly is just looking to push forward with him there on the sledge, just dips himself to safety whilst he makes the reload. And right now NaVi poised at multiple points of entry, just looking to get in and make some impression on that top floor, get the control. They did it so well last time around in round 1 when they were attacking onto a mid-floor site, and already we have Secretly moving through and just doing some real renovation there, opening up walls left and right to try and create new lines of sight and rotations. They know that Cocktail is going to be the location to clear the men out of, though.
You got to be careful though, because you see that Draven walking down below with that camera. He's literally just spotting them out, knowing exactly when to use that C4. Surely Hive is near him to try and toss up that C4 whenever it's going to be necessary. Slapping out into the first gunfight will go down. 90 seconds to go, but they have to be careful on the side of NaVi. They cannot sit still too long, as there another C4 pop this time, however, without anyone to be found, and that means it's still going to be a 4-on-4 situation now as Hive picks up the first kill. Jump out, very long one, but will be able to return quite safely, as there's no way you will be able to challenge that. And as Doki tries to run across, he will actually fall down accidentally. Now having to reconsider his approach, has to look at what is going to be available for him in his current position.
1 minute left to go, and time for NaVi to start thinking about getting themselves onto site here. Effectively 4 versus 4. They could do with another man or 2 going into the dirt. Sleben's still alive up top, and whilst, you know, you can't chase those downed kills, you do need to be careful, because it's basically a free camera, if nothing else, and information will be fed back out. Effectively 4 versus 3 now, as Draven gets shut down by a headshot from Doki, and that leaves us with 35 seconds left to go, and time to get a wriggle on NaVi. Need to think about how and where that diffuser is going to go down. The Gemini just in there feeding information back out. Gomfi trying to lock things down from inside that dining room, but gets locked down himself as Doki finds a third on the round, and he is going well. Nathan, he's going to kill himself with a nade, and that could not come at a worse time. It's all down to Doki. He finds a man at pillars, chases him down for the kill, but can't quite get the angle. He has no choice but to play for the diffuser at this point. 8 seconds left to go. There's a man above him and a man just running away on the mid-floor, not giving him any opportunity. Time ticking down. He has to go for the plant, and surely going to be shut down as they move back through the rotation. Shotgun from Brano. Team Secret, they put one on the board.
Just playing with him right there. Just, you know, it's whack-a-mole, basically, what they were going at. Just quickly show yourself and run off right after, not giving him a chance to try and hunt you down. And I want to say, like, the site is clear. They can go for a plan, but what they did not see, and what I did not see at the start, was Gomfi holding a long angle with the SMG-11, dropping that diffuser right in its tracks, and that basically sabotaged the round for NaVi. Just that one kill made sure of the fact that Secret now has one on the board. And as we are heading into round number 4, it is going to be kitchen service and kitchen cooking that we will be going to. So we will not see a repeat of the fireplace engine or mining room, that is. As they are clearly deciding that was a one-off. They tried to lure them in a trap right here. And I think that is basically the theme of this game. We saw in the first round was basically one giant trap, hoping that they would go for a plant so you could knock them out with the C4s. Then the second one, you saw a little trap being set up with the Evil Eye being posed onto one of the balconies, a C4 being pre-placed on the spot that Doki would need to take care of that Evil Eye, basically lending you the entry kill. And I was going to say, even though NaVi didn't get the entry kills yet, they were able to win the rounds. I'm not sure who got the entry kill last round. Was it NaVi or was it Secret?
Well, I mean, Sleben was downed, if you remember. Sleben was down for a long time, and then NaVi lost the man or two. So effectively, they did come in and take somebody actively off the board and progressed on to lose the round that time around. But as you say, the first two have certainly gone in the favour of Team Secret, with Sleben and Hive getting those 2 entries, and NaVi able to overcome the odds. And that's something that they've done pretty well so far, to be honest with you, Hap. And on the attack, they've still had a 40% win rate, even when they've taken the opening death. Now, it just gets caught on the lip, does the Nitro there, so secretly just able to escape with his life, and Prano, he dips, he's having no more of that fight, all the way back down to that ground floor. So NaVi, they're looking to get themselves dropped in the hatch. What they're going to do here is try to move across the top floor and basically clear all the way down. So once they're confident that they've got top floor control, which with the way that Doki's moving, I'm pretty sure they are confident at this point in time, they will then move on to the mid floor, try to get some control above the site and use that verticality to move the defenders round inside of kitchen. But there are going to be a few gunfights to win before they get to that point.
Yeah, there's still 2 drones going about right here. Doki now gets some information, managed to pick up the first kill, but knows that was not the Jaeger he was looking for. Finds him now, though. Double kill from Doki. That is the double entry he would like to have. That is the impact we used to be seeing from him in these last couple of days. The man is already 6 on 3 in round number 4 so far, and now Secret find out that this is going to be a difficult round as they find themselves with 90 seconds left on that clock with a 2-man disadvantage. We still have 1 man in the small bakery though, Prano, who could potentially make a change if he finds Blur, who is looking to be entering from the bakery. Oh, a C4 comes in and secretly will drop, and that means there's definitely going to be an opportunity to try and change the course of the round right now.
Team Secret doing a great job with the Nitros and the utility so far today. We've got to hand them that, getting a lot of free kills on that vertical play, so something they will no doubt look to continue over the next few rounds, because they really have been coming out with a net benefit from it. Now, they know NaVi here that there is 1 playing in behind the bakery counter. It's Prano on the Mozzie. He's going to take some damage, forced out and shut down. Great teamwork. Draven manages to get 1 back, but still leaves Team Secret 3 versus 1, 2 versus 1 as Draven starts to go wild here.
Looked like a bit of a synchronized kill on Ghost Reagan, for example. 2 men dropping at the exact same time. And now it's all up to Draven with 24 seconds on that clock. Facing Saves and facing Blur, the 2 men who need to do it. But He is right in between them. And the question is, are they aware? Are they going to be checking code check? Because Blur is opening up right now. He is sneaking in. He will be taken down. That's a diffuser to drop with 8 seconds left on the clock. He is prone with a shotgun and will get the kill and will get the clutch. It's Secret that managed to pick up the round. And it was yet again a NaVi round supposed to be that they managed to clutch out with one of the British operators shutting down the UK team.
What a play from Draven there. Absolutely heads up, and I've just got to ask NaVi questions here. Hap, they had a drone. They droned it into sight. They could find the information. They had about 25 seconds left, diffuser in hand. It's not all the time in the world, but it should be sufficient to at least do a quick check of the areas immediately around site. Not knowing where Draven was has cost them dearly and allows Team Secret back into the game here. It was easy street for him to find the first and then just hit the deck, pull the shotgun out, pump, boom, job done for Draven.
Really confused as of why they actually decided to go through that hallway. They had control, they had one near freezer, they had one near the bakery, and the kill came in from the hallway side of things. Now, I understand that you want to be closer to each other, right? That is potentially the reason behind it, but when you are going to be giving away that diffuser due to a lack of information, it might have just been better to hit the side directly. Mind you, that Blur was already almost on the side at the moment that that kill happened. He was already in prep. He could have just pushed through. See, here's the kill. You know that is going to be coming down from this angle here, and yes, of course, he can challenge it, but you will have to check code check. He could be hiding in here. It's a 1-on-2 situation, and as long as that diffuser isn't down, Draven has all the room to play with, and the time as well, considering how low it was.
Questions to be asked. I'm sure that one will be poured over afterwards for lessons to be learnt, and there are lessons to learn from it. But we're going to be heading back up to round number 5 now, right up to the top floor bar and cocktail. We find ourselves 2-all on the scoreboard between Team Secret and NaVi, and this one is as close as we had hoped for so far. NaVi came in strong, looking like they had the opportunity to run away with things, but Team Secret, they've dug their heels in and said absolutely not. They've anchored themselves onto that cliffside, and they are going nowhere.
Going nowhere yet, indeed. Claymores quickly being put down, a man being spotted on that bottom floor, and the question is how hard will he be hunted right now as Hive looking to have an impact from below, looking to make sure that that vertical control will not be established by NaVi. Of course, having the C4 available as well, this time not using it as a bit of a trap to catch Doki off guard, as he will be taking care of the evil eyes probably anytime soon right now. This time, the grenade will actually pop, destroy that shield on Pixel. However, there is still going to be one left in the washrooms, and it's covered and guarded by an Aruni. And not just that, but also by the 2 or 3 ADSs that are still on the Pixel wall that weren't taken out with that, well, one grenade that popped up.
Plenty of utility there still to be burnt, as you're saying, something that NaVi need to pay attention to. Doki rather, going in there and trying to get some kills on the board. Once again, just looking for those entries, but he's going to take damage in attempting to do so, and not a single HP has gone towards Team Secret yet, so they are certainly coming out on top of that battle across the length of the top floor. Nath looks to get in on the party here, bringing in the Iana and the nade. Sleben is going to hit the deck, and in comes a second nade from Nath to finish the job. That's the opener, and here we go. But once again, Hythe having great effect from underneath there. 1 minute left to go, and Secretly has no choice but to rotate to try and shut the Goyo down.
Well, had great effect, yes, but he wasn't able to land the kill, wasn't able to use his C4 to huge potential right here. And right now we find ourselves in a 45-second execute position. Secretly has a very good spot as the plant is now going down. Spots one player, will not be able to quite connect the shots yet, but as long as he's right here, there is going to be pressure. Misses the shots once again, but just 45 seconds on that clock. Save still above the skylight, and that means a good post-plant position is right here up on us for NaVi. Blur is going to be the one that is still stuck on that that side. He has to make the best of it. He needs to buy as much time as possible for the rest of his team. But in the meantime, it's turning into a 2-on-4 situation already. Prano and Hive, they need to try and work this out. Secretly will go down, but Prano will be taken out on himself. And that means it's a 1-on-3. Almost impossible to win. He might be able to go for a couple of kills there, but Saves is covering up his buddy. He's covering up his teammate. And NaVi will be able to put their third onto the board as they managed to get a quick plant out. Even though with the amount of pressure that was still there from the defenders, they basically managed to flush them out of the hot contest area and managed to drop down and get that plant done.
Great focus onto the objective there, as you say. NaVi have been very objective focused so far this year. They've been going in there and getting the diffuser down. They've certainly been taking that opportunity twice so far today. Blur there getting it activated earlier on in the game and then managing to get it down on the top floor once again. I was just a little bit concerned about the positioning of that one, Hap. It was just sometimes if you get too close to that skylight, I'm thinking, please don't end up with Saves as the last man here because he might not get an angle onto this.
That's the danger, right? Like, it's hard to get an angle on the actual diffuser from where it was located. Of course, you can always jump in, but it's a bit of a suicide mission if you do so. So you really ultimately want to take out as many of the people as you possibly can. And if you die in that case, but it's a 1v1 and you know where he's going to be coming from, then Saves can just simply cover off the angle with the high ground advantage and take it from there. But we are in the middle of this tactical timeout that was called by Secret. Obviously, something went wrong. They have one more try onto that defense to try and make it even, because right now NaVi already basically won this half and they need to do damage control right now. They need to make sure that they at least get one more, because what we've seen from Secret is quite good. It's fun. It is new, but it isn't quite working out yet.
Maybe just needing a little bit of polish up, but as you say, it's always nice to see that bit of innovation and teams come and try to do things differently. And on a different day against a different team, who knows, you might get all the success in the world. But Team Secret just opting for that tactical timeout. I think it's interesting timing. I think NaVi came in very aggressively there, getting the diffuser on the ground, and maybe Team Secret just felt that it was time to pop the brakes on a little bit and just slow things down before this final defensive round. As you say, the last thing they want really is for NaVi to pick up this round and to take themselves a lead into that defensive half, because it becomes a mountain for Team Secret to climb then. So they're going to be keen to try and secure this and put a lot of importance on leveling things up, and that can be seen by the use of that tactical timeout.
It's not a rare thing we've seen today, however, with the amount of 5-1s that we saw from the attack coming out. Now, NaVi, of course, will not be able to even that out anymore, as, of course, 2 rounds already in the pockets of Secret. With a 4-2 is the next best thing. Might be able to make it happen. Draven already taking a bit of damage right there. The pulse, very key to the strategy that Secret is running, guiding those C4s into potential success. However, we're seeing quite little C4 kills. I believe we've only seen 1 so far on the likes of Secret, even though they consistently bring 3 each round. So that's kind of a low efficiency rate, if you ask me.
Round number 6 then, final attacking round for NaVi here, and already secretly getting involved early in the rounds, and it's maybe going to be an opportunity to see a few extra kills coming in from Secretly. He just seems to be supporting Doki on the entry, getting in there almost as a second entry with him and just helping to open up those rotations as the sledge to allow Doki to move a little bit more freely. Now, as I'm speaking, Doki manages to pick up the opener onto Sleben, so that is a great start to this final attacking round for NaVi. They're going to be looking to progress on. Doki, as we've seen, has had 2 entries previously. He's gone in and got the first and got the second and really put NaVi in the driving seat, but this time Gonfe shuts him down with the nitro. Once again, is that the 3rd nitro kill, Hap?
I was going to say, I don't know how much we've seen. I think we've only seen 1 or 2, so that will be the 2nd or 3rd, and the point I was making is, like, they have not had the best efficiency so far. And that is going to be Blur spotting out the pulse, but not quite able to net the kill yet. And with 80 seconds left, that could have been a very valuable one, considering they still need to go downstairs and considering the fact there's still 1 C4 left on that board in the hands of Draven himself, who's trying to make it use and trying to make it stick, as grenades are being called off by the ADS right there. The shots, however, on the lights will not be connecting. It's secretly coming around the corner on the white staircase. However, we'll be able to pick that one up, bringing it back to a man advantage right here for the likes of NaVi, but now they need to hit the site. There's 50 seconds to do so, and the question is, from where do you want to go? Because they're opening up onto Laundry, but what we're seeing is that 2 men of Secret are having a little bit of a party offside. They go into its train, they go into its mining, potentially even going for a flank if you're looking at Draven like this.
Very possibly going to move up the stairs now. It looks like Secretly he's fully aware of that. He's just going to hold the angle there. If he holds and bides his time, he might just get a little bit of joy, but there is joy happening inside of sight as Blur manages to get onto that default plant spot and starts to put the diffuser down on the ground. Draven, you're going to have to do something now, going to have to make a move as he tries to push in towards that reading door, but Blur finds Gonfi, Blur finds Draven. Blur is doing it all for NaVi this round, getting the diffuser down on the ground, finds himself two and saves backs him up, comes in with a headshot onto Hive and shuts out the round. NaVi take the half 4-2.
Not quite a tactical timeout Magic Secret would have hoped for, as they called it, hoping to potentially pick up their final defensive round. Instead, NaVi running away with it. 4-2 in the lead right now, and it's up to them on their defense to try and lock it out. Now, if you're looking at the bans, it doesn't look like an attack preferred map that much, right? You see the Thatcher ban, you see the Ace ban. Normally would impact the attack a little bit, slow them down, but so far NaVi didn't really have issues with that, as they just sledged open the walls that were left unreinforced and quickly got themselves into position, even with the information that the Pulse was feeding to get the entry kills and clean house, so to say. And, well, you see an instant strategy coming out here from NaVi. We are going to mining and fireplace straight away. Castle being brought. It'll be quite interesting to see how that one will play out.
Nath just putting up that barricade on both double doors there. There's rotations into site to allow access, but not through the normal means. I just want to come back to that, the last round happened, that interplay that we saw between Nath and Secretly. Nath was in Cocktail and took heavy shots from Lumber at the top of White Stairs, and Secretly just pushed round through that white corridor, picked up his man beautifully, and it was just a great example of the cohesion and the level of teamwork being used within this NaVi side at the minute. It really does feel like they are all on the same page and acting quickly to move and play in and around each other. It was great to see.
It was very great to see indeed. And now NaVi, they know they have the advantage. They know the pressure is on for Secret. And as they are setting themselves up, interesting frost mat actually coming down right there. Really appreciate and like to see that one, as like the reason why they close up the door and create the rotation on that side is purely because of the fact that from the window you will not be able to challenge that. You can freely rotate in and out, of course, have limited mobility throughout the actual site. But that frost mat right behind it, right, it's a jump over. And probably if they're unaware of the frost or any of the mat location, you might be able to catch off a gunner as they try and overflow the side, as they try and overrun it, right? Like, you want to go into train, you want to go quickly, set the pace, set the tone. You will be able to be caught off guard in that case. So, like the fact that the frost mat is placed in that position.
Secret just raining the drones in there. I'm not sure if they spotted out the man in freezer or not. We will see as the round progresses now. Blur's just moved himself back into the washroom there, see if he can make a challenge. I think he has been drawn out. There is one in freezer as well. The push, the challenge comes in, and that's going to be an easy kill for Gonfi to level things up after Blur takes the opener onto Pirano. So we find ourselves very quickly 4 versus 4. Secret moving across this top floor pretty swiftly, but they're unable to deal with the run out from Doki. He looks vertically up above him and finds Hive on the rappel and rips him down off the rope, and that's another body in the ground for Team Secret. 4 versus 3. Once again, they find themselves on the back foot. 1 minute 15 left to go. It is the thing that is playing in their favour at the minute. They've got plenty of time to work with here. The diffuser, however, is not in hand at the minute, Hap. They have to take account of that. I think they are stood by it, so it shouldn't be a massive problem. No, it's down outside. They need to go and collect that.
You know, and the longer they wait and the more members get taken down, how harder it will become to take care of those castle barricades that NaVi have in position, which make it even harder for Secret to actually get into the site. If you're looking at it right now, the literal only way they can enter will be from the dining room. They will have to take that control and try and push in from there, from fireplace that is. As pressure is being put down, they're desperately looking for a frag or pick here or there. They still need to recover that diffuser. They still need to get themselves an entry, and they will not be able to find it. 20 seconds are left on that clock. And as Gonfi now drops down to try and secure that diffuser, of course, the Banshee will be wailing and will be calling out their position. They will recover that diffuser. They will be able to pick up another kill, a double kill, actually. No, it was Saves that replies and leaves it all up to Slevin. The one side he can go to, but will be taken down. Doki with a double kill on the end right there. One at the start, a very important one with that run out. Dropping that diffuser, and NaVi are continuing their lead and are expanding that lead as well.
Saves with another very importantly timed kill there, and I really want to shout him out for it, because not just today but over everything we've seen in EUL so far, it is something that Saves is doing time and time again. Keep an eye out for it. At the moment where you feel NaVi need a kill, it is Saves' name who pops up in the kill feed over and over. Right place, right time, and once again things get leveled out 3-3. Gonfi's pushing in towards site. They've got the diffuser in hand. 15 seconds, you start thinking, oh my, they might be able to make something happen here, but absolutely not. Up pops Saves, shuts it down, gives them the man advantage, and then Doki comes in and just mops them up like a spilt drink.
Yeah, I said it before in the pre-game, in the preface of the game, like, will Doki be able to show up again? Because he has been over the last 2 days, but consistency has been somewhat of an issue over the past season. And, well, he is carrying NaVi now. Will he be able to continue that role like Citizen for G2, like Shaiko for BDS? And so far, he seems to be reliable. He is able to pick up 10 kills from now on and continues to do so, now playing on that roam with, of course, that Mozzie. We'll be relying on to the fact that a Buck will be opening up those hatches and wants to catch a drone as they will be tossed through, because normally they don't drive through, they'll just be tossed in, and might be able to catch 1 or 2 off with the pest that he has placed on those hatches, and he could maybe use to put up some util for himself.
Round number 8 then, and we are underway. Doki just hovering around these windows. Look at him, he's desperate to make an early impact in this round. Takes himself a little peek, just knocks it out. He's looking to apply pressure, slow Secret down, backs away from the window as the shots rain in. I think it was Slevin just alive and alert to the danger there, but Doki, he's having none of it. Look at him, look how keen he is, and he sees the back of a man. He goes back, looks for more, and gets the kill. Slevin just backing and backing and backing himself up into trouble there without real consideration of the fact that he's already heard a window in piano knocked out, not taking enough consideration that there may be somebody still active, and not just anybody, but Doki once again coming in with a big entry for NaVi.
Very well indeed. Was about to go off, but then saw the 1 pixel and managed to get a drone now as well. So he should be aware of the fact that Gonfi is going for the push. Will be able to pick up that kill as well. Is he going to go for the double? No, needs to reload first. Slowing it down just a little bit, but doesn't see that he's actually inside the top of red. Spots out the head, gets the kill. Doki with a triple kill so far. Is it going to be hunting for the ace? Hive now putting up some pressure from the bullet hole. Will be able to shut him down, and will be able to make sure that Doki is not going to be any more of a nuisance in this round, but the damage is already done. It's only up to him now, and he has 100 seconds to try and clutch a 1v4. For the ace clutch, it would be, but it seems like they are well aware of his position. They are well aware of where he wants to go from, as he opens up the window at the bottom of Cafe. He's being awaited by one of those members. They're holding the angle from a, well, higher point of view, making sure they have crossfires as well. Flashbang will be tossed in, flashes himself completely. Surely it was heard that he jumped in right here. The second one will be tossed in, will be eliminating the member onto the brown stairs right now. Is going to be spotted out, will be shot, but will not be able to get killed so far. And as time runs out slowly, still 60 seconds left on that clock, but little HP on Hive, and he will be swung by Saves. Saves gets that final kill. NaVi win round number 8, and they find themselves now onto match point, and not just one.
Hive there looking like he just wanted to add that difficulty multiplier. I'm in a tough situation, I'm going to flash myself as well. Bring it on, NaVi. But unfortunately, NaVi did bring it on. Shut him down, closed out the round, 6-2 now. And again, what a round from Doki there, up on that top floor with a huge triple kill for his team. There was absolutely no moving him. I've got to take a pause, and I've got to appreciate it. It's one of the shots of the night, Hap. Onto the red stairs door.
Yeah.
What an absolute beauty from Doki.
A very good shot indeed. Just cleanly cut off. Knew probably the around position where he was, placed his crosshair at the exact right place, and was able to pull the trigger at the exact right timing. Able to pick up a triple kill there. one from a spawn peak, two from being pushed from the cigar because they had no information. The drones are being caught off by the pest. And they decided to face check. They decided to hunt, but did not expect the man to be laying down at the piano.
What could be our final round then? It's round at number 9, and NaVi on the defense, setting up on that top floor once again. We can see all the utility there. It's going to be for a mid-floor hold. They're going to be trying to keep hold of reading, but the majority of them is up there on the top floor. Oh, look at that. We just get to see a beautiful replay there of Doki. Gets Sleben and then moves on to get 2 more. First, it's Gonfi that goes down, and then it's this shot as he just hits the reload, and then just watch as he comes around the corner here. The man's repositioned onto that red door, and this is a beautiful snap from Doki. Look at this as he comes around. He knows that he's going to be there. Crouch high, dips down. Good night, Prano.
Was shut down by Hive, of course, but the damage is already done, and that is often what we speak about with fraggers like Doki, Citizen, Shaiko. You don't want to let you don't want to let them run loose before you take them down. You need to take them down before they take a second kill, before they take a third kill, or even a fourth, because, well, there's just no coming back from that if it gets that far downhill. As right now, it is Secret going up to yet another attack, hoping to find their first on that round, on this half. It is NaVi that is well aware of the fact that this could just as well be the last round of tonight. As drones are being taken down, they will not get any information about potential players being on Pixel.
Draven just trying to feed more information into Team Secret here to just make them as informed as possible on this attack. Looking to push in through mining window potentially and look to approach to the site from that side, but they don't have top floor control yet. There's still a lot of work for Team Secret to do here. However, Gonfi just moving in quickly, looking to maybe catch NaVi on the back foot, catch them off guard, but the only person off guard there is Draven as he's focusing on that cam. Doki's going to move in, take full advantage of that and get himself an absolute freebie. Now, Gonfi and Doki just find themselves in a little bit of a standoff there. It's Gonfi who comes out on top. Doki absolutely unaware that the man was located behind the wall, but it doesn't matter. His job is largely done, and Blurdables down with a kill onto Hive, takes away his life, and that's going to leave us now 4 versus 3 coming into the final minute.
Yeah, not just that, but the diffuser will also be dropped outside, and that needs to be recovered. Potentially information ready there for NaVi to find out as soon as it will be, and that is going to be a 20-second detour for any of these players to try and take control of it. Prano choosing the right approach, going through that bottom floor, making sure no one is hiding inside the garage, while Sleben is going from the opposite side. We'll be picking up that diffuser and bringing it towards the site. However, with 35 seconds on that clock and little to no control, what do you want to push for? Yes, you have one member inside of 90. It's Gonfi, but the other members are still around. You see one on laundry, you see one on side. The others are potentially located onto that top floor. And Prano, as he now sneaks up on those white stairs, is in a critical position. He is the one that needs to make the play happen. But as he takes down the yokai, his position will be known. Gets a stun in, but now needs to secure the kill as well. Sleben gets one, but they have it. Nath will be able to pick up one as the diffuser now will go down. Sleben is the last man alive. 5 seconds left on that clock, and it will be going to turn into 45. Blur and Saves are the ones that need to make this clutch happen, and what they can do now is just simply wait, just simply play this out, try and go very patiently. But Sleben makes his position known. They should be aware of the fact that he's coming around right here. Blur takes a lot of damage, but Sleben is on 1 HP right now as he gets one kill. That's a hip fire kill onto Blur. It's a one-on-one right now. It's up to Saves to try and make this clutch happen. Is he going to go for the wall bang? No, he will not. He's trying to play it out securely. He's trying to not give away his position as he now fires a couple of shots. Sleben is playing this perfectly, and he gets the kill as well. Secret is able to clutch the round, is able to pick up their first one on the attack so far, and now need to find 3 more if they want to bring it to overtime.
What a great clutch from Sleben there, not only getting the diffuser down, but just able to evade his hunters there and become the hunter himself, turning it around and finding himself 2 kills to close out the round. And what a pleasure that was to watch from him. So that puts Secret on the board attackingly now. 3-6 overall. NaVi, I'm sure with clutches like that coming out, they're going to be keen to get this one shut down, but I think the confidence will still remain for them that they can.
Of course, the confidence will still be there. I don't think they're too worried yet. They have 3 rounds. They have been better. It was just they get outplayed right now by Sleben. I was going to say, it's just a simple, like one pushes left, one pushes right, and you should be able to win it. But Sleben decided to take the initiative, tried to rotate out and succeeded in doing so. And on his way out, managed to pick up those 2 final kills, going for the post-plant clutch. Just need to make sure that that won't happen again on the likes of NaVi. You see an Aruni, you see a Frostmat, you see a Castle all coming in just to make sure that the B-bomb site will not be enterable. That is going to be a lot of utility that Secret will have to work through. And keep in mind, last time around, I believe they lost their Zofia and they lost their Hibana quite early on, and that makes an attack on the side almost impossible. You're not going to be able to open up the hatch into train. You're not going to be able to open up the castle barricades as easily as Comfy already used most of his utility onto that piano room, opening up the flooring, hoping to get angles into train where literally no one was hiding. And they got to do better this time. They got to make sure to not lose these gunfights this early on.
Make or break time here for Team Secret. Everyone they face, every round they come into now is the potential for them to lose the opportunity of securing any points. They're going to need 3 back-to-back without mistakes. And Hive just moving in quickly there. First 20 seconds of the round, they're going to move in and take out that Banshee on the white stairs. But look who it is once again, Hap. Doki coming in and giving NaVi the dream start with a kill onto Gomfi. He's going to also live to fight another day. Last time he was taken down pretty much after that opening kill, but this time he keeps himself wedged inside of Reading, and he's just going to remain a problem, a thorn in the side of Team Secret, and they need to do something about Doki before they can start pushing through with any sort of confidence. 4 versus 5 with less than a minute gone off the clock. Their backs are to the wall now.
Yeah, you see what they wanted to do. They wanted to go for a quick take onto the A-bomb side, but now decided that that is not going to be viable. Draven, however, remains and will be spotting a head there, even though he doesn't really seem to notice. And as I say, that he will be taking it clean off. Secretly will drop, and that is going to be your Frost out of play. Of course, not the most important one in late round utility, as the Frost mats will be placed down very early on. It's Prano now waiting for the Surya Gate to be disabled so he can jump in. But I believe that they might not be aware of the Frost mat potentially being still on that window, as indeed it is. And that means that if they decide to enter from that side, it could be quite, well, detrimental as well. So what does that leave right now for the likes of Secret Ace?
It leaves a problem, Hap. It leaves a number of problems to be solved. They've got 1 minute left and 4 big problems to find answers to in the shape of Nathan, Doki, Blur and Saves, who right now have got themselves wedged into their positions. They are comfortable here defensively, and they're just going to wait for Team Secret to play into them. Nath just very conscious of that skylight there, but I don't believe there's anybody covering it off now. Draven, he's going to find Blur. That gives Team Secret the advantage. 45 seconds left to go, but they are unaware of Nath up on the balcony under the new hatch. Shuts down Hive. 3 versus 3. Saves gets in on the action as well. Another one of those perfectly timed kills just to tip the scales in the favour of NaVi here. 30 seconds left to go. It's all down to Sleben and Prano. Sleben being a big point in the credit of Team Secret here. We've seen him able to win out in these difficult situations time and time again so far this season. Can he do it again? Can he do it when Team Secret desperately need it? No! Shut down by Doki. Nath gets in on the party. NaVi close it out, and that is a 3rd win in a row for them, and boy, are they staking a claim for the top spot this year.
There you have it, and again, Doki claiming the top of the leaderboards right there, showing that he's happy about it. You see the faces, no stress there. They were very confident about their win, probably from around round 6 onwards. And we're able to make it stick right there. 7-3. Doki on 16 kills and 8 deaths. A 2 KD in this matchup. The man went absolutely huge. That is a very big performance. Anyway, NaVi able, as you said, to pick up the 3rd match in a row and join